Good evening, my beautiful friends. This is Nightfall with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves, and it sure is nice to see you all from here. Good evening, Grant, Shauna, Dan. It's good that you guys have come by for this broadcast. So we're going to do the same thing we always do on these, and that's it. We're going to go through the cards for the week. Once again, I've pulled 5 all new cards for the week, and I am excited to share them with you today. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to get down to a fire. I'm going to go down to a bonfire with some friends. So let's get started. So on Monday, I pulled the I Am Devoted card. I am devoted. My commitment is strong and enduring. And the imagery I chose for this card was a Celtic knot. Now, Celtic knots consistently they weave throughout each other very beautifully, and it had a wonderful symbolism to me because the knot is not only capable of holding just holding what it's supposed to hold, but it does so with a beauty and an artistry, and through weaving in and out of itself, that is exactly what makes it strong and enduring. So on Monday, we will be exploring the I am devoted concept. On Tuesday, I pulled the I am excellent card. I am excellent. I aim to surpass my personal best. And for this card, I chose kind of like looking up at a skyscraper, a bit of a glass skyscraper imagery. And I was recalling the time, and it was during the golden age of New York City where skyscrapers were going up. I remember the first time that I ever went to New York City, I got out of the subway and I got out at Penn Station, and I was like, oh, here's a tall building. And I looked up, and then I had to continue looking up because the building just kept going up and up and up and up. And that wasn't even one of the taller ones. And so I was reminded of the time in history where everybody was, just kind of like racing up to the top. And that's what excellence is. It's about a race up to the top. So, hey there, Tiny. It is good to see you here as well. On Wednesday, I pulled the I Am Fulfilled card. I am fulfilled. I find deep satisfaction in my journey. And the imagery that I chose for this card was some nice ripe pomegranates. Because I don't know about you, but there is something just deeply satisfying about enjoying a nice fresh fruit. And pomegranates in particular are one that require a little bit of a journey in order to even eat them. If you've ever broken into a pomegranate, it's got tiny whole like 1,000 little seeds in there, each and every one of which is surrounded by some succulent flesh. And it takes a little bit of effort to get all the seeds out of the pomegranate, but it is deeply satisfying in order to do so. And really, our journey is, being fulfilled is something that happens in the now. It happens in this now moment. It's not something that we will eventually have one day. Being fulfilled is something that happens every day and all the time. So it's just one of those ongoing things. On Thursday, I pulled the I am charming card. I am charming. My genuine nature attracts and delights. And I used wildflowers to symbolize this because wildflowers are the flowers that just grow on the hillside, each and every one of which is absolutely beautiful. And yet we don't intentionally plant wildflowers typically. We just kind of like appreciate them as we pass them by. And it's not like wildflowers will typically end up in a bouquet, and yet they provide so much beauty in nature. I know that as I do my walks in the morning and sometimes in the evening, that there are a couple places where there are wildflowers, and nobody planted them there. It's just that that's where they popped up. They pop up in some of the you know in some of the most inhospitable ground. But there's this one particular wildflower bush that just has just dozens of bees all around it, and they're just busy pollinating and doing their thing. And that just reminds me that even though nobody goes to the flower store and asks for wildflowers by name, they are still attractive and delightful. And so that is something that charm is all about. On Friday, I pulled the I am grounded card. I am grounded, I stay balanced and focused. And I picked a very famous tree. I don't actually remember the name of this tree. I have it in my notes, but this is a tree that's been growing between a chasm for many, many, many years. And so it's got roots on either side of it, and just no roots down underneath. And so to me, it just symbolizes how whenever it appears that the ground itself collapsed underneath of this tree as it was growing, and so it just kept keeping on. This tree just continued to survive and thrive where it was where it was planted. And so that I am grounded, I stay balanced and focused. Of course, on Saturday we will be going, or on Saturday we will always, as always, be going over the I am awesome card. Well, we are awesome, so let's recognize our inherent value and worth. So those are the cards for the week. I'm really excited to continue sharing them with you. I will go over them a bit more in detail at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and of course Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. for the wake up call. So thanks so much for being here. You guys are amazing. I will return at 9 a.m. And Shauna, yes, these new cards will absolutely get printed out. I have, I think, 36 more to make, and once I get them made, I'm going to print out some more artist proofs to make sure that I like the way that they look when they're printed. And so when that happens, I'll let you know, but there will definitely be more decks available. So yeah, I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. Looks like Grant, Dan, and Shauna, and Tiny came by for this broadcast. I'm gonna go hit up a bonfire with some friends. Until then, until tomorrow at 9 a.m. Just want to say I love you and appreciate you, and we will encourage each other tomorrow. Until then, thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing the broadcast, and aloha from paradise.